I'm sure you know all about the Rippaverse drama, and I love Eric July, but recently I was dragged into it because I stormed Barstool Sports. I don't know if you know this legendary interaction where I went
remember.
and I stormed Barstool Sports. I had my wife's boyfriend, and his breasts were exposed on there, his dairy errors everywhere. And then
Lovely.
Vito, who's arch nemesis #1, Dick Masterson's, little buddy, shares this clip and says, "Oh, Alex Stein. Oh, Eric, you're just as bad because you're friends with Alex Stein." My point is, I love Eric. Why am I catching strays in this somehow? Because somebody went to Eric's warehouse. Like, how do I fit in all this, Gary?
Somebody wants attention. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't think that they have anything against you. I mean, that's the same person who tried to bring down my on Friday Night Tights. I don't know if you know. We've had Alex Jones on a couple times.
Yeah.
And he tried to rat us out to YouTube.
For having Alex on the platform? I didn't realize that. He tried to, because I remember Gavin whipped out the fake penis. And everybody, Gary has Friday Night Tights is the #1 Friday night show. I mean, I think you and I argued one time. You said Tim Pool is bigger. Is that what you said? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Tim Pool's bigger.
Technically, he's bigger, but I would say in your niche, you're the biggest by far. I mean, you've had an incredible success. But you're telling me Vito tried to cancel that show. What a jealous. That's so pathetic.
Yeah, and then he ended up on InfoWars like within a week over the Dave Chappelle stuff at Netflix, which was hilarious.
What a hypocrite. But they're all hypocrites. Okay, what is the biggest criticism in the commentary community? Because don't you hate it being called a commentator? But let's be real, you're like the biggest commentator this is. But don't you hate the commentary community a little bit? Isn't it annoying as hell? Let's be real.
A lot of it can be annoying when it's not authentic. I think there's a lot of us who are real, and that's where the whatever you want to call it. I don't know, commentary community, movie space, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah. That's where it's moving. There's different phases of it, Alex, and you've seen the different phases of it. And there's the troll part of it. And listen, the world needs trolls. I love trolls. You can be a bit of a troll, and I love you, Alex.
Thank you.
And I think they make the world a better place. But with authenticity, especially in entertainment, and we're trying to get this in politics more often too. That's where the world is moving. We're tired of this dog and pony show BS that we're constantly seeing in entertainment and politics. Comic books you brought up was like a precursor to all of this. And it's just fallen apart. It's an entire industry that's just dead now because the creatives went out there and attacked the fans. And that's where we came from. We were fans. I'm a fan. I'm still a fan. That's all I am. And we just started, I had a comic shop. I used to sell comic books. I started arguing with a writer named Gail Simone when Twitter just started. I got my first ban on Twitter from going after Gail Simone. Oh God, years ago. And the commentary community, whatever it was, is completely changed. And I think some older commentators have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, I know they do.
Yeah, and they see your success too. That's another thing. If you're just successful, even if you're perfect, like Mr. Beast, he donates to 50,000 people get new eyesight, and they're like, F Mr. Beast, he sucks. Not enough people got our eyesight fixed. So you're never going to please the masses. As a matter of fact, The more you get, the more people are going to be pissed off. But okay, and I'm not asking this facetiously. Why is it a big deal if they make Superman gay? I mean, I know that sounds weird, but is there any gay representation before Superman? Like, what was the first? Was there ever a big gay superhero on his own, right? Or are you mad because they're taking all the good stuff and then making him gay or trans or Latino or whatever? Was there ever a gay iconic superhero before? I don't know.
Well, I mean, aside from Superman,
no, but or Batman and Robin,
and Batman and Robin in the 50s. There was North Star back in the day. He's in the X-Men, but no, there wasn't.
He's a little light in the loafers. He had a little sugar in the tank.
Yes.
Order me that comic book, North Star, right now. Go ahead, sir.
Got it.
There you go. No. What you could do is make new characters that are gay. That's been the argument. That will remain the argument. But when you have established characters that is part of your brand, and they made Superman's son gay, right? But they've made a Robin gay, a major Robin, Tim Drake gay, and They made Iceman gay over at Marvel, and they're pretty much they've made Wolverine possibly bisexual now, and
Wolverine's bisexual. Wolverine's the biggest badass. Hugh Jackman is a homosexual now.
I mean, those fans.
I know he's not him anymore, but the guy that's Wolverine, the badass that's in the woods. So now he's broke back Wolverine.
Sure. It's the reason behind it. It's not a genuine reason to try to bring in representation. It is trying to follow the orders from the higher ups in the corporations to try to just replace things. These characters don't matter to anybody, and they do. And even and a lot of gay people are like, no, Wolverine's not bi. Superman's not gay, Batman's not gay, and a lot of the reasons behind it recently have been just to own their comic creators, to own their enemies. There's been a lot of criticism with comic books online. There was Comicsgate when it was a consumer movement, and it's still stuck in the industry's head. So they decided to own the chuds, as they like to say, and they try to make as many characters as gay as possible instead of, I don't know. If you're a corporation and you really believe in this, create a gay new character and put the financial backing behind this character to make this character succeed, which they don't do. They do the laziest thing, which is a gender swap, a race swap, a sexuality swap, and it's all just pandering from corporations that don't care anything about you.
Well, you nailed it. You nailed it. It's pandering, and that's why I asked. It's like, really, if you want to lift gay people up, have its own gay new character. You know what I'm saying? It should be on his own, not turning something that was different into a gay person. Like, they need to have their own standalone gay character. It's stupid that that they have to turn everybody that was.
But when they make them gay, that's their only aspect of their personality. It's here's gay character doing gay things.
They're a power bottom, Gary. Power bottom is a superpower. Shut up! Don't disrespect the power bottom, please. Not on this show.
But that's, I mean, if they were a human being, if they were treated as like it's a fake human being, but they treat it, we all connect to stories on the human level, and being gay is an aspect of your life, a small one. It's a small aspect of a human being. So it's a failure in storytelling. But anytime you call this stuff out, you're called every name in the book, and I have been for years, and I just don't even care anymore. It's just noise at this point. And it turns out we've been right. It's all been part of Razor Fist. Our good friend Razor Fist put it best. We have been in a cultural revolution for a long time, but now, because one side decided to start fighting back, that's been sitting on their ass for far too long, which is the people in the center, the classic liberals, the Republicans, libertarians, whatever you want to name, who allowed all of these activists to invade every aspect of our society. It is a culture war. And I didn't expect to get into it. I wanted to just review television,
I know. I mean, seriously, you're like one of the biggest voices in this comic book culture war, whatever you want to call it. I'm just making stuff up, but like you really are in this niche thing where you're the leader of it. And do you feel like a big fish in a small pond, kind of? I know that's kind of a weird description, but you are the biggest in this realm. Does that come with pressure? Like, do you feel like you have to defend this, you have to defend that, you have to be against the black character? Or do you feel like you could be like, oh, maybe I like it that Miles Morales, like, do you feel obligated, since you are this voice, that you have to hate Miles Morales? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
What my point is, since you're big, you feel like, me, I do this. Do I want to appease my audience? Or do I want to, talk about what I really feel? Do you ever feel that because you become so successful, you just want to keep your fans happy?
Well, I think I think the people who view my channel, I feel very weird saying the word fans.
I don't like it saying either, but you know how it is.
There's bigger comment, like Critical Drinker is much bigger than I am. He's the #1 movie critic on YouTube right now, the most respected, and I respect him, and he's much better than I am. But I would say, I think my audience expects me to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to be. That's what I'm obliged to do, is be honest. And I'm going to like some stuff that some people, might expect me, especially I would say on the other side, to hate, but
what's something you like that you should have hated? What's something you like that you should have hated right now? That
One Piece. What just came out, One Piece. It's the best show I've seen this year.
I got a question on that.
Yeah.
Gary, I also enjoyed the live action One Piece, not as good as the original. My question is, why was the live action Luffy the only one who spoke broken English?
Because especially when the younger one didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a bit inconsistent, but the creator said that they did. I think he's from South America. I can't remember which country, but that he's specifically handpicked by Oda. So I'll kind of forgive that one. There's a couple of inconsistencies in it, but overall, I freaking loved it because it didn't push any agenda. It just told me a story, and it was fun. I thought I would hate it.
Gary,
I thought I would be completely annoyed by Luffy, and I ended up liking it.
Okay, I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm happy that you like something you didn't like. Do you ever watch the XXX versions of like Pirates of the Caribbean or Avengers? Do you ever? Because that's my favorite version of Avengers is a XXX version. It's actually pretty good.
Well, they were talking about doing like an all-female Pirates of the Caribbean, and I have viewed. It was an all-female, but it was mostly female pirates.
Yeah.
And at the time, it came out about 20 years ago.
Pirates XXX is what you're talking about. That's a legendary movie.
Legendary. It actually has a plot that's kind of funny.
Yeah, wait, we're talking about this movie.
Very interesting action scenes too.
Pirates XXX, wasn't that the biggest porn movie of all time or something? No, seriously, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.